Michael Burry sold everything and bought one stock. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions here with a super quick update. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen the news, and I'm just here to break it down in a very simple way. Hope that you learned something new, and if you do, please consider dropping a thumbs up and subscribing. So Michael Burry, who's really famous for the big short, he took a very large short position during the housing bubble crash. I think for his fund, he made a little bit north of $3 billion, and for himself, he made around $800 million. Michael Burry has sold every stock in his portfolio except for a new position in Estee Lauder. I don't know why he decided to sell pretty much everything, mainly Chinese companies, and then he went long on ticker symbol EL. But the thing that they also don't share on that post is that he also opened a series of put options, 900,000 shares with a put option against Nvidia. That's about 48% of his portfolio. And then pretty much took a huge series of puts on a bunch of different Chinese companies. Now, I'm much more of a visual learner, so this looks just a lot nicer to me. Michael Burry, 48, almost 49% of his portfolio shorting Nvidia, nearly a $100 million short. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. First, why is he buying Estee Lauder? On the 4-hour time frame, you don't really see much. On the day chart, it's a strong descending pattern. So is this a stock that I'm going to be desperately buying tomorrow so I can invest with Michael Burry? Of course not. I don't care who it is. At the end of the day, you should never be investing just because someone else is doing. Again, we always talk about that with our LPP team during our live trading sessions. If you ever want to watch me trade live, it's the second link in the description down below, and you can watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow. The whole point of this is for us to, kind of like just learn from his ideas. I want to learn more about why he's choosing to invest into Estee Lauder, a makeup company that has been consistently selling off for the past few months. If we look at this on the week time frame, it's gone from $355 per share all the way down to lows of $48. It's now trading at $66 per share. Sure, there's potential for it to recover, but there's no indication of that, and there's definitely no confirmation of that. So because of that, because of Michael Burry, will I pay attention to it? Sure, I'll set my alert for myself and just to keep, just to stay up to date. If it then begins to indicate signs of a recovery, then maybe I can follow up with it and decide if it's something that I actually want to invest in. Will I ever invest, or should you ever invest just because someone else is doing it, even someone as popular as Michael Burry? Of course not. Don't be silly. Now, the second question that a lot of people are asking is, why is he taking such an aggressive short position on Nvidia? Well, like many of you guys know, I decided to also buy the dip on Nvidia when it broke below $100 per share. I bought for myself, and I also invested for my daughter's portfolio and my lady's portfolio. So I'm bullish on Nvidia long-term for my long-term investment account. I would love to buy more. I didn't go all in, but nonetheless, it's made an amazing recovery. And I think this is just to kind of break it down for anyone that lacks common sense. Why would someone short Nvidia right now? Do they think that it's a terrible company? I don't think so. I don't think that would be the reason, that unless he knows something that we don't. I think it's just common sense. This stock, Nvidia, has gone up 61% in the past 38 days. Think about that. One of the most valuable companies that's publicly traded has gone up 61% in 38 days. So is it because something fundamentally changed? No, there's just a lot of hope in the market, a lot of hope that Trump can facilitate a series of trade deals, which again, to my understanding, none of them have actually been signed. I don't want to get too into it, but the thing that I quickly want to disclose is that no, just because Michael Burry is taking a short position does not mean that I need to sell my long-term account or my long-term position or change my plan. What this should make you aware is that people like Michael Burry and a lot of people this week began to open short positions against Magnificent Seven or big tech companies. Why? Well, why it would be the reason is because they recovered so aggressively the past 3 to 4 weeks. So it's common sense that because they've recovered so aggressively, yet fundamentally nothing has changed, they can aggressively begin to correct themselves. And that's okay, right? Don't put yourself in positions you cannot tolerate. This news shouldn't scare you to sell, just like it shouldn't encourage you to short. It should just make you aware that because of how quick we've recovered, you can't be surprised that if we do begin to pull back, that the sky is falling. No, it's kind of just common sense. With great recovery comes great corrections, right? Especially with something like this company, Nvidia, that has recovered 61% in 38 days. And again, we can talk about this a little bit more during our live trading session tomorrow on Friday. I would love to see you there. And that's the second link in the description down below. So again, I just wanted to do my part in keeping you guys up to date on what a series of other investors are doing. And of course, Michael Burry, very famous for the Big Short, taking huge short positions on Nvidia is something that might concern a lot of people. But the thing that we want to remind you is that he's had many other predictions in the past after the Big Short that never actually ended up panning out. Again, no investor, no trader is right 100% of the time, but it's just cool to kind of stay up to date, get other people's perspective, and be mindful at overbought levels that, yes, maybe I don't want to be super aggressive in buying at these levels. But again, we'll talk about it a little bit tomorrow during our live trading session. I hope to see you there. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.